Welcome to Rock Solid Productions, where in this video we actually have kind of a response to John Hancock and his video that he recently posted on why you need to be cautious with digital-only games. Stay tuned. Welcome to Rock Solid Productions. If this is your first time to the channel, I want to take a brief second, just say thanks for stopping by and checking out what we have going on here today. If you like what you see here, do me a favor, check out some of the other videos that we have here on the channel. And if you really like what you see, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon. That way each and every time we do go live, we do updates, we post new content, you're kept the most up to date. So today we are here in the new live action games in Champaign, Illinois. Thanks to Adrian and Kristen for letting us come and film here. Really thanks to Kristen, she's the nice one. Adrian we just deal with because we have to. Recently John Hancock posted a great video talking about not the dangers but things that you need to be aware of with a digital only future, and the reason behind that, hold on, let's see if we can find it. Do you have a copy of DuckTales?
No.
Oh, he doesn't have a copy here. But DuckTales recently left the online eShops for the PlayStation and for the Xbox, and I think for Steam as well. And the whole thing that this kind of brought to mind is the dangers of digital only. And digital only has its place. There are definitely great ways and great reasons to collect digital only. But at the same time, you can't compare with good old physical. Kind of a terrible game, bad example, but so the thing that you need to be aware of with digital is you never really own what you are purchasing through whatever eShop. The Nintendo eShop is the perfect example for the Wii. The Wii's eShop was the first kind of shot across the bow and warning to let us know what could happen with a digital-only platform. Once the eShop shut down, if you had points that you had paid for and didn't cash in and utilize, if you had games that you had downloaded and erased and needed to re-download, you are up the creek at this point in time. There's nothing you can do with any of that. Owning the physical game, all I have to do is I need to go say I want to play FIFA Soccer 12. I'll knock those down on the shelf. Here's a copy of FIFA Soccer 12. I can physically take it. It will always work in my PlayStation 3 as long as my PlayStation 3 works and functions, or if there are backwards compatible systems. With the digital only system, once the eShop goes down, goes dark, goes away, you're up the creek, like I mentioned. There's nothing you can do to go back and say, oh, wait a minute, I meant to... You're done. Plus, another thing that digital only does is I hate to say it, but there is a social aspect to collecting retro video games. It's fun to go to different conventions and fairs or garage sales or anything along those lines. Come to stores like Live Action Games here in Champaign, Illinois. Check them out online at LAG217 on Twitter or on Facebook as well. Cheap plug. You like that? You like that? But there is something to going and actually hunting for treasures, as it were. Finding that rare game that you're looking for that you hadn't been able to find. There's not only a sense of pride with that, but there's also a story that goes along with that. Recently when I was at the Missouri Game Con 2019, another vendor and we overheard a woman say, I can get this for $10 cheaper on eBay. And he and I both kind of met eyes, we looked at each other. The irony of that statement, can you find a better deal? You will always find a better deal somewhere if you are willing to work and look long enough. But finding that golden gem, like at Missouri Game Con this year, I picked up a copy of Samurai Pizza Cats from Norm the Gaming Historian. Last year I got my copy of Doki Doki Panic from John Riggs. It may have cost me a couple bucks more than if I would have ordered on eBay or if I would have bought digital, but I now have a story to go along with those games that really, to me, enhances the value. It doesn't mean anything to anyone else, and it doesn't have to, but it enhances the value to me. There's also great companies out there that are dedicated towards making sure that we have game preservation on games that really deserve it, that were perhaps a digital-only release. Limited Run Games is a great example of a group that they are just dedicated towards bringing you those physical cartridges of previously either discontinued games from older systems, remasters, or digital-only games that are now available physically. Should you, is there a place for digital only? there are. And I thought John made a great point in his video talking about the games that are, $20 and less. If I remember right, Dead Cells is a perfect example of this, where I believe initially it was a digital-only release, and then it got a physical release. Ukulele is another example that originally it was digital only and then got a physical release. Now, for some reason, we had to pay more for the version on the Switch, but that's a different story altogether. You should always, whenever given an option between digital and physical, at least in my opinion, go with the physical version. There's a couple reasons for it. First of all, like I mentioned, you never have to worry about an eShop going dark. You have the physical game. Second of all, and I know Adrian will love hearing me say this, he helps support local businesses as well. This hobby grows and is sustained on the backbone of the brick and mortar stores. What does eBay get if you buy a game off of eBay? A whole lot of nothing. And I understand there are those of you that live in areas that there simply aren't game stores such as live action games. I understand that, and sometimes eBay is your only option. But whenever possible, try to buy locally from a local store or dealer. Another thing with physical too, again, like I mentioned, is you not only have that story, but you also know the value of it too. There's something, again, intrinsic about a physical, tangible item, where it not only has a cost associated with it, but it also has a value. So for less expensive games, digital only I think is fine, but if you are really going to invest in a title, I would always recommend going physical, especially, and this is my final point here for you, there's no incentive to go digital only. If you buy the digital only version of Super Mario Odyssey, it's $59.99. If you buy the physical version of Super Mario Odyssey, it's $59.99. Why would you give more profit margin away to the companies when you really don't need to? And I know that sounds nasty, but seriously, they're not giving you anything extra. If you had a $5, $10, $20 discount on a digital-only game, then that would make sense. But when they're charging you the exact same price, don't buy digital, go physical. But these are just my opinions. Let me know what you think down in the comments section below. You can also send me an email at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. Hit me up on Twitter at RockSolidStudios, Facebook at Facebook.com/RockSolidProductions, or we are on Instagram at Instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK. And as I mentioned earlier, yes, it was kind of a cheap plug, but seriously, check out Live Action Games on Twitter at LAG217 or on Facebook at Facebook.com/LAG217. If you want to help support the channel, you can do so in a couple of different ways too. First and foremost, head on over to our Patreon page at Patreon.com/RockSolid. For as little as $1 a month, $12 a year, you get early access to all of our videos, exclusive one-on-ones from me, and a whole lot more. And you help support the channel just like all these great people that you see on screen right here, right now. Sounds like a U2 song, doesn't it? No, we're not going to go there. Don't need the copyright strike.
Sing.
No.
Sing.
No, we are not
Sing
going
for
to.
us, Gary.
I'm not going to sing a song, sing out loud, sing out proud. And then you can also head on over to our Teespring store on screen right now and pick up some Rock Solid Productions merchandise. We've got t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, beanies, and a whole lot more. We're even working on getting some onesies up there too, since, well, we have someone who will now wear onesies. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you like what you see here, if you want to see more, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button. That way each and every time we do upload new content, you are kept the most up to date. I do also have to thank John Hancock for being okay with us doing a follow-up to his original video. Make sure, again, if you haven't seen it, I will have a link to John's video down below. John, you are a class act, and I really appreciate you giving us the green light to do this. My name is Gary. This has been Rock Solid Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.